Wrestling fans, I'm here with Dresden Engle, the public relations manager for the George Eastman House. Dresden, welcome to WrestleVision. Talk a little bit about how this great exhibit, I know it's a buzz here in the wrestling world in Western New York. Talk about how it came to fruition here at George Eastman House.
Actually, it's becoming a buzz in general. Folks are saying, George Eastman House is showing what? I mean, they can't believe we're showing masked Mexican wrestlers here at George Eastman House. It's not what you normally would expect the museum to show. We're having fun. We're educating folks not only about wrestling, but about Lucha Libre, freeform wrestling, and how it's been deeply rooted in the Mexican culture and crossing borders for decades. This is the collection from Mexico City, the Television Foundations. This is the real thing. So you're going to see 7 decades worth of photography, more than 100 images of how it's grown and expanded and how it is embedded in the culture in Mexico.
Being new to not only wrestling but Lucha Libre, talk about some of the fascinating things you found out.
I love it. How this came to us was we had a fellow, one of our students, if you will, from Mexico, and he suggested to our exhibitions director, you just got to have this show. So we didn't know what to expect, and then we started working with the folks in Mexico. I'm fascinated by it. I'm fascinated by how deeply rooted it is in the culture. It's reminiscent of the Aztec battles and the warriors of earlier in the day. Sure, you can describe it as circus-like and carnival-like, but it's fabulous entertainment. I love the masks. How can you not? I love mask versus hair and just learning how it all plays out and how many people embrace it, not only in the States but also in Mexico, as part of the culture but as just fascinating entertainment.
Justin, I know when I walked around I was fascinated by all the great pieces, all the photographs. What were some of your favorite pieces?
It's a combination of black and white as well as color, because of course we're going back to 1940. What I love are the women. Irma Gonzalez from 1960 in her cape, and a more modern day wrestler, female wrestler, feeding her baby while she's wearing her mask. It's just very interesting to see how this is just the day in the life of the wrestlers, and also the showman pieces, the action caught, the aerial shots caught in action. I think maybe what I love even more than the photographs are the 5 film and video displays going on in the museum. You get to see El Santo in his starring roles as a leading man. Who knew you could kiss through a mask like that, right? But it's just, I mean, I'm having a ball. I'm officially now a wrestling fan, so thank you.
Not only can you catch the Lucha Libre exhibit, but talk about a little bit of some of the things also here on the exhibit at the George Eastman House.
Yeah, Lucha Libre, Masked Mexican Wrestlers, is the anchor show for a 3-part series called Lucha Libre y Más, meaning and more. And what we're doing is showcasing gender in photography, extreme gender in photography, whether it's a wrestler showing all his manliness or a woman. But also, we pulled from our collection many images showcasing that, whether it's Arnold Schwarzenegger posing or Marilyn Monroe or a guy standing at a barbecue or vaudeville performers from the 1800s where a lot of gender costuming took place. That show is titled Male and Female, and that's in one of the galleries adjacent to the Lucha Libre show. And October 13th through November 25th, we're going to have The Tease, burlesque photographs from the 50s and 60s. So more than 600 pinups of these pinup girls, if you will, who traveled the burlesque circuit in its final days. So strippers, wrestlers, men and women at George Eastman House.
Wow. Talk about how some of the fans, talk about the times you're open, the days that they can come and see these great exhibits.
The great thing is, if you are a wrestling fan, which you are because you're watching, you can come see this through the end of January. So heck, you can come back twice. It's up through the holidays. Bring the family. It's family friendly. We're having a grand old time, and we're open every day but Monday. We have evening hours on Thursdays until 8 o'clock, so if you can't get here before 5. So 10 to 5 every day but Thursday when we're open to 8 o'clock. Shorter hours on Sunday, 1 to 5, but still plenty of time between now and the end of January to catch this great show.
And I also took a walk around the souvenir area. Some great masks, some great Lucha Libre souvenirs to take home.
The mask that sold out on the first day when we opened this exhibition in September, yeah. We're getting more in, all kinds of things. You know, the little dolls you can play fights with, books, history, T-shirts. So we're really embracing this because a lot of fans want to celebrate Lucha Libre, which is probably why we sold out of the masks on the first day. But we are getting more.
So fans, come down to the George Eastman House and catch the great Lucha Libre exhibit along with all the other great exhibits here at the George Eastman House. Dresden, thank you very much.
Thank you.